Mr. Chancellor. The concluding chapter of Ralph Heintzman's most recent book is entitled simply, "The Question." The question for all of us is, he writes, how shall I lead my life? What question could be more pressing in the minds of young graduates on this important day? How shall I lead my life? In the text of your program, you may read about some of the many achievements of Ralph Heintzman's life, and they are legion. But what you won't read about are the principles and integrity informing them. It's hard to write about such qualities as seen in another, but as someone who has been moved by the principles and integrity of Ralph Heintzman for most of his nearly 50-year career, I would urge everyone here to look no further than that book. It's called Rediscovering Reverence, the Meaning of Faith in a Secular World, not only to unlock Ralph Heintzman's sources of inspiration, but also to look for a penetrating reflection on recognizing the responsibilities that constitute the bedrock of our true humanity. Ralph Heintzman's journey has been characterized by a reverence for life, governed, to cite his own benchmarks, by spiritual habits, spiritual exercise, spiritual discipline, spiritual behavior, and action in the world. Ralph Heintzman was present at the birth of Trent as assistant to President Tom Simons, his mentor and dear friend, an essential partner in shaping the most cherished values that distinguish our university. He has served it since in many capacities, as a teacher, as a researcher who helped draft Tom Simons' path-breaking volume To Know Ourselves, as editor of the Journal of Canadian Studies, as a member of our Board of Governors. Ralph Heintzman's academic scholarship has also given us some of the most challenging critical, historical, and political analyses of our country. In these deficit days, when municipal, provincial, and federal governments find most of their cost savings in the public service, precious few come forward to defend administrators behind the scenes whose efforts are indispensable to the health of our democracy. At this convocation, we make an effort to remedy that. Ralph Heintzman's career and service to Canada spanned the terms of 7 prime ministers. It saw him occupy positions of extraordinary responsibility as an authority on constitutional matters, particularly in the areas of federal-provincial relations, language and cultural policy, and Senate reform. Never really abandoning his academic roots, he was for 3 years director of the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, and from 1990 to 2003, vice principal of the Canadian Centre for Management Development. But it was in the world of ethics that Ralph Heintzman left his indelible signature. At Treasury Board, and later as Vice President of the Public Service Human Resources Management Agency of Canada, Ralph Heintzman's project was to help the public service of Canada improve itself, not only by delivering more efficient service, but also by ensuring that its practitioners live by ethical standards of conduct with each other, with government, and with the public. Ralph Heintzman has been recognized with many awards, including in 2006 the Vanier Medal, the highest honor in Canadian public administration. In presenting the award, the head of the Institute of Public Administration of Canada said of him, "Dr. Heintzman embodies the finest professional values of Canadian public service. He is a transformational leader, and his devotion to public service is matched by his enormous devotion to people." Mr. Chancellor, I have the great honor to present to you for the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa, Dr. Ralph Heintzman.